Live. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are talking about emotional sobriety. So with emotional sobriety, what that means is in the same way you have things like alcohol addiction or drug addiction, or, you go to rehab for that, if you choose to. Well, it's kind of the same thing with emotions. We have emotional sobriety in managing our emotions, because our emotions can just go flipping off kilter, off the charts. And I'm not talking about people with extreme conditions like bipolar depression, anxiety disorder. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just your normal emotions, how they can go to the complete extreme. So today we thought we'd talk about emotional sobriety and what that actually is. Are you emotionally sober? I was thinking, how do I make that to another word? But yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
Okay. That's a very interesting topic, and especially for a period of time like this. So you can also share with us while we do this. How do you feel? What do you feel, you resonate with or not? So we're going to start with number one.
Yes. So our first one is to be attending to the current moment. And again, I want to compare this, or I want to share with everybody around how this ties in to the present moment. So I do part-time work with Say Yes, where I do mentoring for the underserved. And what we focus on for the first 3 months is getting the context. So what is actually going on? And that's kind of the same as this, like what is happening at this current moment? Because very often our emotions are related to the past or to the future, but very seldom are we feeling extremely emotional in this exact precise moment. So just to be present to the moment here and right now.
I know that's very important because I actually read it in the book of Osho the other day, but that's the problem for us. Like that, we live in the past and in the future instead of living in the present, instead of living in the moment now. No one knows what's going to happen in an hour from now or tomorrow morning. No one promising us nothing. So, we need to learn to live now. Now we're doing this podcast. Now we're enjoying it. We're doing it. After that, things will happen. Yes. And that's what I want to say. When someone asks me how you doing, I'm saying so far so good. That's my new thing. Because that's me accepting the present.
Yeah, and it's hard, but I think that's a very, very, very good place to start, is to be as consciously aware of being in the present moment as possible.
And the second one is that you regulate behavior, and rather actually just to feel sorry for yourself, and and that's a lot of the time I think people do. Like, it's easy to feel sorry for ourselves in a situation. It's very easy to see that bad part and say, like, I feel bad, like I've done it, I should have done it, and like, feed yourself with so much pain instead of actually just, it's happened, I've behaved like this because of this, and that's fine, and that's okay. And we really judge ourselves more than others are judging us. And a lot of time when we behave in a certain way, we feel bad because it touches a certain spot, some behavior that happened or something that happened when we were kids or a teenage, and we just so used to go and feel sorry for ourselves because of this, because this is how we dealt with it back then, instead of actually regulating it and say, like, no, there's a reason behind it, and understand and accept it.
And I think also people can call us on it. You can get an email from somebody or a phone call from somebody and react in a certain way. And I think that other person, whomever that person is, can call you on and go, okay, well, I don't get what that was about. And then you can actually unpack it and go, oh, I'm really sorry. Sorry, in that moment, I was angry, I was sad, or whatever. And just to regulate and put things into perspective, put the right emotion to the right event, put it into perspective. Yeah. The third one is to cope with your ups and downs. So what that means is, I don't think anyone flatlines. I think that during the day we might wake up and we feel a bit anxious. And then during the day we have a great day, so we're feeling awesome. And then we get sad news and then we feel sad. And then like it's kind of like that, but maybe not to feed into every single emotion. Own it, accept it, but just not to feed it.
So, like I've said it before because someone actually said it to me that life is ekege, like ekege, right? If it's flat, it means you're dead. If it's too
Yeah.
high, something is wrong. But if there's ups and downs and ups and downs, that's actually very normal.
Mm.
No one is having all the time that is high all the time. There's no such thing. No one also can be low all the time. There's something in between, and that's fine because every time you go down in order to go up. And
Yeah.
that's part of it. So learn to accept it. If you're going to accept the downs as well, you're going to stay in the down for a shorter period of time and you're quickly going to go up. But it doesn't mean that you're never going to have the down. It's not normal not to have the down.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have that for sure.
And the next one is closed, fulfilling, and healthy. And it is like, when you feel that you're happy with what you do in life. And it's not only like with your business, it's in everything. When you feel happy, when you feel fulfilled, when you feel, if you like taking care of yourself. And there's a reason why healthy people can be even happier because there's something more relaxing. You do what you love to do. I can say that even like for me, when I do the yoga and I do it every day, I get to that time during the day, like my class is like in the afternoon, and just an hour and some before, I'm so tired that all I want to do is go to bed and sleep. And then I know that I just need to hold myself up because when I'm going to go to the class, I'm going to feel amazing after. And that's it. And that's because you're finding the things that makes you happy, the things that making you calm, the things that making you to get your energies back. And everyone's got something different that helps them with us. So find the things that helping you. When you do your business, there's a reason why I always say there's a story behind your brand and there is a why you do what you do. When you follow that why and you know what's that why and you're following that, you will feel that fulfillment. You will be happy.
I actually had that yesterday, working with the underserved at Say Yes, and you've got the mentors and the mentees and you match various people. And then as a transition specialist, I look after a bunch of mentors and mentees. And what I find incredibly rewarding is it can be frustrating. You've got devices, you've got people that are sort of 18 or 19 who are managing their data. Maybe the area where they're at, the signal's not great. Maybe they've just used all their data. Who knows? Maybe their device got broken. Maybe it got stolen. But what is so rewarding is when you do end up touching base, because I touch base with them all quite frequently, and when you do touch base and you actually find out what's really going on. So you're not judging, you're not making people wrong, you're not getting angry, you're not getting frustrated, but you're actually curious and going, what's going on for you? Do you need any support? Is your device working? Why are your sessions not happening? Is everything okay? It's amazing what you find out as opposed to getting angry and frustrated. And I find that incredibly fulfilling. I really, really do. Working with people and really trying to understand them and not judging them and making them wrong.
Yeah. It is. And we always say it, have a supporting group around you, a supporting group, your partner, family, friends, or even colleagues that, work in the same, that also are entrepreneurs or employed. Find that supporting group and build a healthy relationship with them, because that's how you're going to feed up each other all the time and push each other forward. And that's the thing, because we always say, like, when you have a business, it's a roller coaster. You up and you're down. And let's go back to the previous one. Nothing is flat. There's always ups and downs in life. And that's part of it. But if you have a proper supporting group, and healthy one, the one that knows exactly what's going to push you forward, that knows how to lift you up when you need it, that's going to be amazing. And that's what you're going to do for each other. So I'm really a strong believer in that.
Yeah, just one thing to add to that is the relationships of the people that you have in your close surroundings are so vital. Like, that cannot be, I can't say enough about that. It's so, so, so important to have people around you that love you, support you, care for you, and genuinely want the best for you. And the ones that don't, they're not worth it. They're just not your tribe. And I think and I'm totally fine with that. I have no issue with not having my tribe, because I only want to have my tribe with me, The next one is to know your limitations. And I actually quite like this one, because we were talking before we started today, and Instagram and I were together. We broke up. And I don't know, I just kind of thought, well, I don't have a product and I'm in the service industry and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you are a big supporter and you're amazing on Instagram. And after our discussion on Tuesday, I said, would you get it together? If I speak to you one more time and you ask me about Instagram and I say, oh, I'm still going to do it, I'd actually be mortified because I keep saying I'm going to do it. So I've joined Instagram and I totally get it. Yeah. So thank you, because I think I was limiting myself with thinking that that's not what I should be doing, but actually it's a perfect platform for me. So yeah, know your limitations and then also push your boundaries.
It is, and we always say, keep on finding the things that you are not strong in. Okay, things that you feel uncomfortable with. Write it down. Literally make a list of the things you're feeling uncomfortable with. Things that you want to do, but you don't have that courage. And then if you have that supporting group, they can actually help you push yourself. And then you just do it. If every time you're going to do one small thing outside of your comfort zone, that's going to help you a lot. I can say that when we started it, I felt so uncomfortable with being in front of the camera and everything. And look at us, we're doing it so many. Like I've done this. I don't know, my 7 or 8 this week that I'm doing, and you're doing as well with another person. And we push ourselves outside of the comfort zone. And there's a lot of stuff. So why not? Just find the right people that support you. And that's okay if you do the first time and you're failing. And let's say from a different angle, let's say you want to do a video and you don't feel comfortable. Just even film one. You don't need to post it. Just do one for yourself. See how it goes, push yourself. Don't put yourself a limitation. And I had one of our CEO in one of the companies that I used to work. I'll never forget it. Every time that we used to sit for a meeting, all the management team, he would always say, I didn't ask for what you cannot do. I don't want to hear the no here. Like, think about it, that there's no limitation. That was his words. Like, there's no limitation. I want to hear the yes. Give me the answers for yes. There's no no in this meeting. There's no I cannot do this. And that's something that got stuck with me. Consistent, I learned is right. It's only me who limit myself, that blocking myself. And I actually had a panel yesterday in Hebrew around this that I said that we spoke about that. If you feel now that you got into a place and it's not working, you don't find a solution, and you feel terrible about this and you don't know what to do, the best thing you can do is to take a break. Go watch TV, go for a walk, meditate, do whatever you want. Take a break and say, I'm going to figure it out. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure it out and let it go and do something else, totally something else. And then you will see that the solution will come to you, because we know the answers. We're just blocking ourselves all the time. And putting ourselves to like all the limitations, because this is what we used to. And that's why in an NLP, they're going to tell you, think about like, what do you want to do? If this was now like a perfect world, like, and you can do everything, there's no limitation. Close your eyes. What do you see yourself doing? And then start following that. And the next one is, which is so funny because it's so me, have an optimistic but yet realistic view on life, about ourselves, about the future, like even in tough times. And for people who knows me, they know my story, and I'll say it like in one sense, but like when my mom was sick and I knew that there's no cure, I was still a believer. There's something can happen. I was still following different research. I was still, opening my eyes to everything. So it's not a bad thing, because it helps you to deal with that time. It doesn't matter what the outcome was, but it helped me a lot. And it makes it easier to deal with stuff. And in general, when you're optimistic, that's what you're telling the universe, whoever you believe in.
I do find with that though, because I'm very extreme in the sense that I'm a bit delusional sometimes, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm just too optimistic. And I think that there's with everything, there's a healthy balance. I definitely could work on being more realistic, because I am definitely more on the extreme of just being the overly optimistic. And then when things don't work out, I'm like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Then I get completely thrown because it surprises me. But at this stage of my life, I should be more realistic. So yeah, if you can get a balance, that's brilliant.
I think that's the issue, the balance between them. Because I was like you, very optimistic. I saw only the best, only the good. And today I'm kind of finding the balance between being realistic to this. But still, I'm still a big believer in being an optimistic, because I think because I really believe in the good will come. And one of the other things that helps me to close that gap between a bit over optimistic than realistic is that I keep reminding myself, trust the universe. Everything happened for a reason. Just follow that.
Yeah.
Let life guide you. Because a
Yeah.
lot of time we are so caught up in a situation that we don't get it. But a year after, a few months after, a few days even after, if you're actually really honest with yourself, you know exactly why it happened like this
The
and
lesson
why it
you
happened.
learn. Yeah, for sure.
So find that balance in everything in life. Find balance, even with the limitation. I'm not saying now go to the extreme and put no limits in life. Also be realistic in this. And everything is about balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You
So
want
before we go to sum it all up and speak about what is emotional sobriety, if you want to go live with us or just to share with us about your business, that we're going to give it an example from a personal development side, from a marketing side, please feel free and just contact us. If you also have questions, you're more than welcome to contact us. We really mean it. And the other thing is that if you don't know, every Tuesday we speak about marketing, and every Friday we speak about the personal
to
development. And we do it at 9:30 from the Big.Consulting page, and then you're going to sit in the Shoot for Degree page, and be here for you. So feel free to come and ask questions. And we actually decided that we're going to speak on Tuesday about hashtags. And that's a very important thing because a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know how to use it. They're not necessarily using it right. So we're going to speak about hashtags. So join us at 9:30 on Tuesday. So we're going to sum it all up. So I think it will be good if you can say again, like in a sentence, what is an emotional sobriety? Because people maybe don't necessarily understand.
Yeah, so that's about kind of managing your emotions, and you can't go to a rehab for emotions like you could for other sort of addictions. But this is really about trying to manage them, and I think the certain tips, like the ones that we're sharing, are a way of trying to manage your emotions, because we're human beings, so of course we get triggered. But if we can have the awareness, like the very first one, if we can be aware and live in the present, it does help, because then we're not bringing in the same amount of drama.
Yes. So the first one was to live in the present.
Yep.
The second one is to just regulate your behavior and don't be in the misery all the time, to feel sorry that we tend to go to.
And cope with the ups and the downs.
Yes, and just have a fulfilling, healthy life with a close relationship with other people that keep you insane. And like, we live in a crazy time now. That's why I think this is a very important topic. This is a time that some people say that it's going to come even to next year as well. People don't know what to do, what's going on. So have the perfect supporting group for yourself.
And then know your limitations.
Yes, and find a balance. Be optimistic but still realistic. Look at it like this. It's all about balancing.
Yeah.
So I would say thank you for everyone who've watched us. Some of you watch us live here and some through a watch party. So thank you so much. And again, on Tuesday, 9:30 on Big.Consulting page, we're going to speak about hashtags, which is a super important topic, because this is how people can find you, your business, and come to you and start engaging with you. So watch us. And yeah, and if you want to join us, do a live with us, or not even live, just share with us, what's going on with your business or your life, and you want an example and you want like a free consultation. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good weekend.
Cool.